Today on Fresno State Focus, the 8th annual Breast Cancer Walk happened over the weekend. Hear what one survivor had to say.
Plus, men's wrestling is making its return to Fresno State. Head coach Troy Steiner tells us his plans for the team's opening season.
And living life with victory. We'll give you an inside look at a typical day for Fresno State's favorite mascot. Fresno State Focus starts now.
Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Kaile Hunt.
And I'm Alexis Govea. The second debate between presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump took place on Sunday. The two candidates were asked questions about their plans once in office, but some viewers felt the focus fell much more on the scandals revolving around each candidate. Fresno State political science professor Thomas Holyoke says these debates are a disservice to voters.
Sunday night served voters at all particularly well. That debate, wasn't even supposed to be a debate. It was supposed to be a forum purely answering voters' questions, but it became a debate, or became an opportunity for both candidates to really attack each other, put each other down, and generally give the American people the impression that both of them were really deeply flawed candidates, or at least that one candidate was married to a very, very deeply flawed individual.
Both Trump and Clinton used up their debate time talking about the other candidate. Trump told Clinton that if he were to become president, he would hire a special prosecutor to investigate further on the deleted emails. Clinton reminded viewers of the most recent audio tapes that surfaced with Trump's lewd comments against women.
About 1,000 people showed up to watch presidential historian and Pulitzer Prize winner Doris Kearns Goodwin speak Monday night. She started off the night talking about the many presidents she has devoted her life to studying.
I have lived with presidents who are no longer alive. I've awakened with them in the morning. I go to sleep thinking about them at night, and I've loved every minute of this work. My only fear is that in the afterlife there's going to be a panel of all the presidents that I've ever studied, and every single one is going to tell me every single thing I got wrong about them, and the first person to scream out will be Lyndon Johnson. How come that damn book on the Kennedys was twice as long as the book you wrote about me? But indeed, Johnson.
Kearns Goodwin spent the next hour talking about the current election cycle and how the media is swaying public opinion. She also explained how Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton compare to presidential candidates who precede them throughout history. Hurricane Matthew may have moved out to sea, but the danger is far from over. Flooding along the East Coast is causing major property damage and power outages. Rescue operations are underway for those still trapped in affected areas. The Wood Lake Dam in Moore County, North Carolina, is at risk of failing. Officials say the dam is holding for now, but the area downstream is being evacuated for safety measures.
The American Cancer Society held its 8th annual walk in Fresno. Strides Against Breast Cancer event. Walkers made their way from the square at Campus Point to Fresno State and enjoyed live music. One woman says this gives people a chance to share their experiences to help others.
Love and the support as a survivor myself, being here, it overwhelms me. Like, wow, there's so many people that this is important to, I'm already getting emotional.
Gardner says with prayer and positivity, she was able to fight through her struggles with cancer. The event raised more than $19,000, and you can still donate at makingstrides.acsevents.org. All proceeds go towards breast cancer programs and research.
For some, bulldog born, bulldog bred is just a saying. For others, it's a lifestyle. I got the chance to talk to a family that has ties back to Fresno State since the 1950s. Carlene and May O'Ryan both attended and graduated from Fresno State. It has been a long time since they pulled out their yearbooks, but viewing them brought back a lot of old memories about their local college.
Fresno was small. It was an agricultural college.
Carlene graduated from Fresno State in 1960. Fresno State opened in 1910. The school opened up with only 20 students enrolled and 3 faculty members. The campus was originally located on O Street until 1921 when it expanded to East University Avenue. Many Fresno State students graduated at the Save Mart Center. However, not all Fresno State students graduated at the Save Mart Center. some Fresno State alums graduated here at Fresno City College when this was considered Fresno State. In Fresno City's library, you can find books on the college being open for over 100 years. The Fresno City librarian, Thomas Welch, was working when Fresno City celebrated.
It must have been a community college because they say it's the oldest community college from 1910.
May O'Ryan attended Fresno State when they were building the new college on Shaw Avenue.
They'd either bus us or we drive our own cars. Some of our classes were held at the old campus and some of them were held at the new campus.
The Ryans have had many memories at the old Fresno State, but now they can happily say that some grandchildren are following in their footsteps and making their own memories at Fresno State.
Fresno State's United Student Pride Club hosted Be the Change on campus. The celebration of diversity took over the free speech area yesterday. People took the stage to sing songs and give drag performances. Stefan Alvidre says the annual event boosts visibility, which could help those in need of support.
If they knew, if these young people had known that there was an LGBT community that accepted them for exactly how they are, that would love them, respect them, everything like that, maybe they would still be alive. Who knows?
LGBTQ plus organizations spread information and resources to students on campus. Photo ops were also available for anyone wanting to dress up, take a picture, and show pride.
Fresno State's live mascot is a fun-loving bulldog with a big personality.
Our reporter Jenna Cliff got to spend the day with Victory and see exactly what it's like to be a local celebrity.
The Alumni House at Fresno State is more than a house. It's actually a playground. Fresno State's mascot, Victor E., has the run of the house, and he's the man of the house. When he's not in the office, Victor E. spends his days making appearances, driving around in his car, and hanging out with his new handler, Ashleen Beeson.
It's a lot of fun. I've only been here for a short time, but in that time, you know, I've had a lot of fun. He goes to a lot of events. Everyone's really always excited to see him. I think he represents a lot for the university, so he's kind of a big deal.
Even though he's only 18 months old, Victor seems to know how to handle the crowd. Victor's mom, Jackie Glazner, is the one who sees both sides of Victor, the one at home and the one at school.
Victor turns on the charm when he knows he's going to be going into like an event or a room or something like that where he knows he's got something to do.
Victor E. means so much to Bulldog fans and to his fellow coworkers who say coming to work doesn't feel like a job at all with a fun-loving Bulldog running around the office.
It's the best. I really couldn't ask for a better job, and so having Victor be here in our office, you know, it's the best wake-up call at 8 o'clock in the morning when you walk through the door.
Victor E. is a bit of Fresno State royalty, and he knows it.
He is a bit of a diva.
Even though he knows he is famous, he is still a good sport.
It's a good time. He's got a lot of personality, so it makes everything a little more fun.
Fun for the 50-pound Bulldog mascot, and fun for the people who love him. Jenna Cliff, Fresno State Focus.
And just like that, Victory, the Fresno State Bulldog Marching Band, loves their Bulldogs. This past weekend, they had the opportunity to cheer on former Fresno State Bulldog and current QB for the Oakland Raiders, Derek Carr. Juliana Dutra is here with us with the Fresno State Bulldog Marching Band to talk about this weekend's performance at the Coliseum. Thank you so much for being with us today, Juliana.
Of course.
So on Saturday, you were in Nevada for the Fresno State Bulldog football game, and then on Sunday you were at the Oakland Coliseum. Can you kind of take me through the weekend?
Yeah, so Saturday morning we left, we took buses out. We drove all the way to Reno that day. As soon as we got there, we had to unload, get ready to perform at the game. And so we didn't perform a pregame, but we did perform at halftime, and that was a really cool experience. Being able to be there and support our team away from the home stadium was a really great experience.
Speaking of experience, what was the most memorable experience for yourself?
Out of the whole weekend or just Reno itself?
No, in Oakland.
Oh, in Oakland. Oh, so the Raiders game, it was really great being there since football here in America is really, it's something that everybody loves, and being able to be a part of that, being able to be on that field and perform on the field where the NFL team plays and being around all those Raider fans who love Fresno State, it was really, it was nice.
So what was your first reaction when you heard you were going to be performing at an NFL game?
I was really excited. That doesn't happen very often, and being able to given this opportunity is a great feeling.
Did you guys have to come up with a special performance, or was it something that you've already rehearsed before?
Yeah, so since it was Hispanic month, we came up with a Santana show. We did a Carlos Santana show, Everybody's Everything and Black Magic Woman.
So was there a certain amount of songs that you guys performed?
There were 2.
Nice. Thank you so much for being with us today, Juliana. We've been talking with Juliana Dutra from the Fresno State Bulldog Marching Band.
7 playwrights, 7 testaments, 1 movement. We'll show you how a Fresno State theater production calls attention to the issue of racism and police brutality, and that and more when we come back to Nikki McCabe with Entertainment News.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Nikki McCabe here with your entertainment news. Big times are back at the Big Fresno Fair this year. In full swing, the fair has brought people from all over the Central Valley to enjoy some familiar things to do. Some new things to check out include a historical museum, camel rides, animal races, and much more. Audiences put hands together for Fresno State's theater production of Hands Up. Last week, guests attended the play that told stories of racial profiling and police violence against African Americans. Ashlyn Davis wanted to join the production because she believes in its message and its power.
This certain play is a type of play that can actually get a movement going to make a change in this world.
The production spurs conversations and brings light to issues related to the Black Lives Matter movement. The play ran from September 30th to October 8th. The theater's next production will be Tar Beach and premieres October 28th. The Phantom of the Opera is now playing at Fresno Soroyan Theater. The national tour production is here through October 16th. If you're a Phantom fan, you won't be disappointed. Producers say the production is the same one that plays in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Dave & Buster's is coming to Fresno. The popular franchise is opening soon on Bryant and Fresno Street. The business is known as the version of Chuck E. Cheese for adults because it's a bar, restaurant, and arcade. The location is hiring. Apply online at daveandbusters.com/Fresno. Dave & Buster's opens on October 17th. Lexi and Kaile, I'm so excited for the grand opening. I think after the show next week, we should go and check it out.
Yeah, I've heard so many great things about the place.
It's definitely on one of my bucket lists to check out and eat there. It's that time of the year. Midterms, assignments, and group projects are in full swing, and for many students, it can be a bit overwhelming.
One organization on campus is giving students a chance to take the break from stress and time to relax.
Toothbrush, check. Sleeping bag, check. The students of Fresno State Crew packed their bags and headed for a weekend spent in faith, fellowship, and of course, some much-needed FUN. The MCS Crew Retreat, which was hosted for students in the Monterey Coast, Central Valley, and Southern Nevada region, was held last weekend at the Granite Ridge Camp in Creston, California.
Students at this time of the year, they've just started school, midterms are happening, they need to pull out and get away. And I think for a young adult to grow, they need perspective on their world back at college. And so a great way to do this is to get them out into a beautiful place, a remote place, and they get perspective.
James Kassan, one of the driving forces behind the retreat, has attended the retreat as a student and now is getting to plan it.
What keeps me coming back and continuing to plan fall retreat is just seeing God change lives, taking college students and building them in community, helping them learn what it means to follow Him, and giving them a passion to follow Jesus.
A lot of planning was involved to make this year's Cru retreat such a success. Staff members say that preparations for next year's fall retreat are already underway.
It really starts, like even now, we've already planned for next year's fall retreat.
Not enough chairs for everybody.
All the planning and preparation that took place for this year's fall retreat was definitely worth it. For the students in attendance, this year's retreat was one for the books. Brianna White, Fresno State Focus.
Cru is a Christian-based club on campus that creates friendships through a shared passion for faith. Luke Katrina is a member of the club and participated in the retreat this past weekend. He joins us now to talk about his experience. Luke, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me. It's an honor.
So can you maybe take us through what the retreat was like for you?
Yeah, so the retreat started on a Friday evening. We carpooled up there, and it was not just Fresno, it was actually other campuses from different colleges around California that met us all up there. So the Fresno students really got to enjoy the presence of other college students is from other campuses and whatnot. And so we met up there on Friday and spent all day or all night Friday hanging out, fellowshipping with one another, and then singing some songs at the end. And then Saturday we spent the time fun with games, and then we had a speaker speak a couple times on Saturday, and then we left Sunday. So
it sounds like you guys did a lot of work. What was one of your favorite things that you did?
One of my favorite would have to be just the fellowship with the guys. I know I knew a couple of guys going up there, but then I really got closer with some of the really good Christian brothers up there, and we had some time by ourselves where the guys just really got to open up and be vulnerable with each other and just like share struggles that they've been struggling with. And as a college student, you don't really get to do that in like a college environment, and so it was really cool to open up with one another.
Yeah, now I know you guys usually have your meetings on Tuesday nights at 7:30.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, can you take us a little bit through like what your meetings consist of and
your
role?
Yeah, we just had one the other night, and so Tuesday nights at 7:30 we meet up in the top story of the USU. And at first we do a quick little icebreaker, just kind of get to know the person you're sitting next to and whatnot. And then we usually have 2 or 3 worship songs we sing that consist of sometimes a piano, guitar, just a ukulele sometimes. And then we have either a guest speaker or a normal speaker come and share either a topic we've been talking about, such as like who is Jesus, or how does the Bible change your life or whatnot. And so he'll talk for 25-30 minutes, and at the end we just do a quick announcements of what's going on with Cru. So.
That sounds really fun. Now, how long have you been in this club?
I've been a part of Cru for over 2 years now, and then I'm currently on the leadership team, and I've been on the leadership team for a year and a half now. So.
That's awesome. I know you guys have a booth on campus as well. Is that used for just like the Cru members, or can like anyone come up and ask questions?
Yeah, the booth on campus has been such a great outreach for us, and the fact that we have that has been so awesome. It's located right in front of the free speech area, so we basically see everything that happens on campus, which is really cool. And we have booth hours that aren't really set, just whenever people show up, we kind of just sign in for a booth hour, and we welcome anybody to show up and ask questions. Feel free. There's little flyers and whatnot on our booth to, hey, if you need somebody to contact, you can contact them. So.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sharing your experience at the retreat and being a member in Cru.
Starting off as a freshman in college can be rough, but what about starting off as a junior? Kaile Aoki, transfer student from Fresno State, She actually transferred in the fall of 2015. She says being a transfer student has been a great experience.
It just seemed like something natural to do. Like all the Fresno State students seem to be doing something.
Aoki started her own photography business, Mizua Photography, 2 years ago. She also works as a student photographer for the University Communications and is a member of the Talk PR agency. She also sells advertising for the Collegian, works on nonprofit projects, and is president of the Delta Sigma Advertising Club. Being a transfer student hasn't stopped her from being a leader on campus. Aoki says if you aren't already involved, head to the second floor of the USU and get started.
She seems like such a busy student. I just give her so many kudos.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to check out some of her photography.
It definitely seems very interesting. Coming up in sports, men's wrestling makes its return to Fresno State. What head coach Troy Steiner had to say about the team and its return to the Valley.
Plus, Vince Scully's last broadcast at Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for sports with Liz Juarez.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes, I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey! Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head, deep in my heart. Down in my toes, I got that bulldog spirit. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
Welcome back, I'm Liz Juarez with your sports report. It is still hard to believe that after a 67-year career, we will never again hear Vince Scully's voice calling a Dodger game. Scully began broadcasting with the Dodgers in the 1950s. He said his goodbyes to the stadium in which fans would hang on to his every word. Baseball fans around the world will miss his legendary voice. The Fresno State men's tennis team is heading to regionals tomorrow. After competing against the top teams in the country at the All-American Championships last week, the team is ready to finish the rest of their fall competition. Head coach Luke Shields says he is excited for the upcoming season and was happy with the way the team finished last year despite several challenges.
We're a little bit behind with recruiting and everything else, and so we had a small team, and we made the most of it, and I feel like it's a very successful year how we finished.
The Bulldogs will be looking to senior captain Ewan McIntosh for leadership as they continue their fall competition and enter their season in the spring. The two-time all-conference team select is hopeful that the end will end his Bulldog career with higher team rankings and a conference championship. If you're looking for a way to stay active, Fresno State Student Recreation Center offers intramural sports. Students who join have the opportunity to mingle and get involved while playing the sports they love. Intramural coordinator Dominic Williams is here to tell us more about his role in the process and how students can participate in the program. Thank you for being here, Dominic.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about the sports that are offered this semester and who can join?
Yeah, so this semester we have flag football, which is in its 4th week, and then we have basketball and volleyball, which is in their 3rd week. Outdoor soccer begins the 1st week of November. And students, faculty, and staff are all able to play. All you have to do is just sign up through our online software.
That sounds so much fun. What is your online software? How do they sign up? Is it an app?
You can download the app called Wreck-It, or you can go on imleagues.com/Fresno State, and all you have to do is enter your school email, and you're able to sign up from there.
That's great. And is there a certain fee that these students have to pay to join this sports team?
Yeah, so if they want to create a team, it's $20. If they want to sign up as a free agent, it's free, and then we're able to help them find a team, or we just create a team from the free agents.
That's great. What do you think the students will benefit from joining this sports team?
The social aspect. A lot of people, especially freshmen or transfers, it's a way for them to get out there and meet individuals. It's another way to increase physical activity levels, and then it's a stress reliever. Anytime you're dealing with school as a college student, you have a lot that's going on. It's a way to, have a mental break.
And the games happen once a week, is that right?
Yes, it depends on the league. With soccer, it's 2 days a week, so you can either play Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday.
Cool. And I know it takes a while to kind of coordinate all these programs. How do you put this together?
During the summer, sit down and just start with what sports we offered last semester. Look at how many weeks we want to offer playoffs. We got to take into consideration game days, any holidays that we may have, and then we just go from there. Was planning it out and trying to find sports that we actually know the students want.
Interesting. Is there a sport that students join more than any other sport?
Our flag football and our basketball are our two biggest sports, and then it's followed by soccer.
And I know some of them are co-eds. Is there different rules between the just men's, women's teams and then the co-ed teams?
Yeah, so with the co-ed team, it's a way for we can get our female participation up. It's kind of hard at a lot of universities across the country right now trying to get females to participate. So the co-ed is just a way for that. We have special rules where for basketball you can't have more than 2 males on the court, and you can have the max of 3 females, and then we have different rules as far as who can guard, who can play defense, just so that we can try and encourage female participation.
That's great. I'm glad that they're joining more now than they ever did before. Thank you, Dominic, for being with us.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Intramural Program Coordinator Dominic Williams. Best of luck to all the students now participating in these competitive games. May the odds be ever in your favor, dogs. It's been a long time coming, but Fresno State's wrestling team is back, promising to be better than ever. I met with head coach Troy Steiner and the new wrestling team to see how they are preparing for the upcoming season.
Back on the mats and working hard to be back on the map. To be a top-rated wrestling program, Coach Troy Steiner is getting Fresno State's new wrestling team pumped up for its first match.
For me, I think it's a good thing just to reunite the wrestling community, the Bulldog wrestling community, because when the sport was dropped here, a lot of people were very upset, and rightfully so. They were upset, and they maybe pulled away even from the university. And so I want to re-engage these people and then reunite them.
After a successful wrestling career of his own at Iowa State, Steiner went on to help Oregon State win 7 Pac-12 championships. He hopes to reunite the Fresno wrestling community. Assistant coach Jason Chamberlain wrestled at Boise State before moving down to help Coach Steiner jumpstart the program.
So I spent a lot of years wrestling against Coach Steiner's team and his athletes, and I was very impressed with the guys he coached, and they were a tough team.
Fresno State's wrestling program abruptly ended 10 years ago. The Dogs are working hard and losing no time preparing for next season.
The team is already gaining much support from the Fresno community as hundreds showed up to celebrate the resurgence of wrestling back in the Valley last week by hosting Faithful Family Night. Assistant head coach Silva wrestled under Coach Steiner at Oregon State and spoke about the belief Steiner holds for his athletes.
He believes in you, and he's going to tell you day to day what you need to do to accomplish your goals. But you might have some times where you're failing, or and things aren't going your way. He's always there to kind of pick you up and tell you to keep moving forward.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, a women's basketball player at Fresno Pacific University started as a walk-on and is now on a full-ride scholarship.
Plus, a look at the beginning stages of a brand new police satellite station near Fresno State.
And find out how one club at Fresno State combines religion and life skills.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.